Hello everybody, Jet here, and welcome to what is going to be my Bloody Hands campaign as Wurrzag, the Great Green Prophet. So, as requested, we are going to do an Orc campaign now, as I had more requests than that, and I've chosen Wurrzag because he looks a little more interesting. Got a few various bonuses. We get lower enemy hero chance, as well as a charge bonus. We also get various nice things to the army, so they get 15% physical resistance and cheaper upkeep in his army for the Savage Orc units. We also get, we can recruit Savage Orcs anywhere in the world. We get Wargs, which are basically if you get lots of fightiness, which is another bar next to you, you get another army. You can use the Underway, and we get obviously the Savage Orc roster. And we're doing this on hard. I'm not particularly good at Orcs, so we'll see how this goes anyway, guys. Anyway, let's jump straight into this. We are also using the Reprisal update, which is in beta at the moment, so we should have a lot of the features from the Vortex campaign in this one as well, because we are fighting in the Mortal Empires campaign map here, so it's going to be a nice big map here. Obviously, we're going to have various people we're going to be fighting against early on. Early game is just about, I'm going to take it easy, I'm just going to try and work out how I'm playing these guys, my sort of best early combinations. Ideally, I want the greenskins to actually suffer against the dwarfs, because I'd like to confederate with them to get Grimgor Ironhide, is it? Yeah, Ironhide. I always want to call him Iron Fist. Grimgor Ironhide on my side. And then, because he's a very good melee fighter, which will be really helpful. Also, we've got the Orc magic here as well, with from the Orc gods, Gorkenmut. I can't remember what they're called. I'll have to look that up. Anyway, and I think they have some quite fun spells as well. So it's a bit different as the Savage Orcs and the normal Orcs, obviously, because obviously Grimgor is going to get various bonuses to Black Orcs, I think. I'm not entirely sure, so he's going to be quite a tough as well. But I think we get access to all of those units as well as for Savage Orcs. Sorry, I do keep muting a little bit because I'm still coughing just a little bit, guys. Okay, so we're nearly finished loading and jumping straight in. I won't talk over the sort of initial introduction because I want to see what it's saying and telling us to do. And then we'll jump straight into the campaign and start having some fun. Okay, here we go.
The green gods have led you to Ekrund, Lord Wurrzag. What do they whisper now? Are the Badlands ready for the taking? The nearby area is teeming with tribes of inferior greenskins. To the east, the Teeth Snatchers and Red Fangs gather, eager to exploit you and regain lost lands. Yet you are chosen by the gods. They will see that you prevail. Demonstrate your strength to these weaklings, and tribes of lesser orcs will flock to your banner, freeing you to pursue your twisted prophecies. The stunted dwarfs that dwell in the mountains around you should provide plentiful quarry. There are many who will not listen to your words, who call you misguided or mad. They will be brought to heel. You have foreseen it. You are the great green prophet, Wurrzag. You have been promised greatness by the gods. Now go and claim it.
Okay, so how to play. This is just telling us what we were kind of going on about before, so I'm not going to bother too much with that. Chapter objective: raise, loot, or sack 3 settlements. Wurrzag does not call any one place home, yet wherever he decides to roam is his dominion. He inspires otherwise wretched and useless gangs of greenskins to greatness in all corners of the earth, and charges them with achieving greatness across the Badlands and beyond. Or else. Okay, so obviously we're at war with the Teeth Snatchers to start with. How big is my army here? I probably want to do a little bit of recruitment before I do push too far. With a Night Goblin Shaman here, We're actually going to pop him into my army. Having 2 magickas in an army is not necessarily a great thing, but to start with, we will do that. Let's move you to the edge. And let's get myself a few more units of Savage Orcs. So let's look. These guys have no armour, reasonable melee attack, good charge bonus. You know, they're very aggressive, their charge. We've obviously got Savage Orc boys as well, who are, you know, my melee, my good use, and we've got a giant to slam into them as well. And Wurrzag himself, he's reasonable in melee actually, so he's got quite good stats. He's also going to be a spellcaster. Let's look what his abilities are. Obviously we've got our spell tree. We've also got a damage tree here as well. So, but no, various spells. We'll have a bit more of a look at these when we do them. I want to try and get breath spells if I can, like so. Edbutt. That sounds like a good spell. Brain Buster. This is an explosion, which is also quite nice. And this is just a constant buff to his power. And this is just one big long tree actually. I can just start placing things everywhere in this, which is quite nice. Another explosion as well, so quite fun spells. The Foot of Gork. So yeah, these should be quite. And I've also got the Fist of Gork, which is a nice buff. Okay, so we're going to build up. What should we start building here? Right, so Savage Orc Biggins, Savage Orc Boar Boy Biggins, who are shock cavalry, and Savage Orc Boar Boys. So these are basically damage dealer infantry again. I think most of the Savage Orcs are going to be. We can also push down these trees. So I get the Savage Orcs, I think, instead. Oh yeah, we can push down this one to get Black Orcs as well, who are going to be... So what I want long run is Black Orcs will kind of be the centre of my line, and the Savage Orcs will be my shock troops. If you see what I mean, to go around the edges. And that's what I'm getting from this. This is a special building, the Savage Orc Gathering Ground. I'd also want to push down this way because these spiders are meant to be quite good. However, to start with, economy. Economy is always good early game, guys, because I've got the economy, I can afford a bigger army. If I can afford a bigger army, I can conquer more land. If I then push up I then get more money and I can afford more armies. Right, first thing we're going to do, guys, is we are going to put every single thing on here to high and fastest, because this means that our turns will be going, the end turns will be going much faster, guys, which is only going to be good for us, because towards the end of the game it does start taking a long time. All the dwarf factions, the dwarfs do tend to have a bad habit of confederating very quickly, so that's something I do want to keep an eye on. So the Teeth Snatchers have thrown an army up to try and defend here, so we might actually go the other way early on to hit the Dragonhorn mines. Maybe I should have gone straight for there. I've given them time to actually think.
The goblins are getting lazy. You need to keep them busy, or they will get up to mischief. Build them a place of work within suitable facilities.
Okay, so they want me to build a Goblin Tinker, because at the moment, yes, you see, because I can't actually do anything at the moment. So how big is the force here?
Your strength is vital if any conquest is to succeed. Your kind are wild and barbarous, my lord. Success will never be won around the table, but on the battlefield.
Let's move into the middle so I can hit both, which puts them in a tricky position. And we'll recruit a few more. Okay, and let's level this one up. We'll get that Tinkerer's Bench soon. So I'm nicely in the middle here, so I can actually hit either of their settlements here. So that's a nice position to be in, because they can't necessarily... They've got to choose which one they're defending. Now, we do also have these guys up here in Stone Mine Tower, who I'm also at war with. and we have some savage orcs there. So we're going to hit Bitterstone Quarry next turn, and then we'll probably build up a bit, then hit the Dragonhorn Mines with our savage orc horde, and then we'll continue expanding. Basically, at the moment, it's just getting ourselves nicely set up.
The battle grows with each victory. The fervor of your kind can be a powerful force if harnessed, but an orc's lust for blood, if left unsated, can...
So obviously I've got fightiness here, guys, which I get by fighting, but if it gets too low, you know, your guys start having issues, you know, and they start taking losses because of that, which does mean that, unsurprisingly, the orcs are very aggressive. Right, so that's a nice, easy victory to start with, killing a few silly gobbos. Okay, and we now have a second settlement, and here we can recruit goblins. However, I'm going to drop that one for the moment. That's something I probably want in this settlement. This I probably want to move across, actually. Let's do a little bit more recruitment. I could get some goblin spears. I'm going to grab some goblin spears simply just to protect my flanks. And what's the difference between these guys? So savage orcs have got a lot more attack. Obviously these guys are better in defense, but for the moment we're going to stick with savage orc. And I have leveled up now. The first thing we do is we take Root Marcher. Oh, I can get him a mount straight away. First thing I'm doing is I'm getting him his mount, actually. No, oh, it's too late. I probably should have gone for Root Marcher, but having him on a mount just makes him that much more useful, especially as a magic user. It means I can get him around the battlefield much, much faster. Now we've got greenskins here. Oh no, red thangs here, who I don't think I'm at war with. Obviously we've got a Scabby Eye up there. What a name! Who I'm also at war with. But for the moment, we're going to keep hitting the Teeth Snatchers with the boys. So the boys are going to keep hitting the Teeth Snatchers, and we're going to really try and push and pressure them back. So ideally I want to try and get this entire region to start with. I do need to push up here at some point, but that's not something I'm going to rush to do. Ah. Okay, so I should have actually built that in the other place. In fact, can we get food? Yeah. So we'll do the idols, which shows our love for our gods. Right. We're going to move up to this border. Going to get ourselves a few more savage orcs. And our goblin shaman can level up. Sly here can get himself leveled up. Sneaky stabbing. So it's giving him a nice ability there. I think he already had that, so that's an augment. But now we can start pushing down these trees as well. Okay, and end turn again. And next turn, we are going to go hit that last place. We'll see what we can do with the teeth snatchers next turn. If we smash their armies, they might even confederate with us, though we're still a bit small for people to be confederating with us. Though things like this, I don't know if these guys work the same as the Norsicans. For Norsicans, if you smash their leader, you get to confederate with them, and these guys might be quite similar. So we'll have to see how that goes. In fact, let's have a look at my shaman here, because obviously we've got immortality here, and some of these spells, the way some of this stuff is being done, see, this is all being split into different bits rather than being one you've got to work your way through. And this is all part of the oh, I forgot the name of it, the beta update I'm using at the moment. So anyway, let's hit the Dragonhorn Mines. Another nice easy auto for us. Right, let's occupy here. All of these orcs are coming under my power, and we've got unlocked a couple of regiments of renown.
This is my tribe, so talk, but remember who the
and we've confederated with them, so they are now my tribe. And that is quite good actually. So we've just brought them on board. We've got... He's not leveled up at all. However, we're not going to drop him just yet because I want to put these guys in. We have ourselves a port here. Okay, let's take Route Marcher now and end turns. That's good. That's a nice thing to get early on, is get that Confederation, because that really helps us out. We're going to push up and get the top part of this territory as well then. And then we might spend a few turns just consolidating. We're going to put those guys into my thing. I'll also have a look at the regiments of renown we've got. So Stone Mine Tower next, and then Doc Karaz. You know, we're going to start pushing up against these guys, against the Scabby Eyes. I think they were called the Scabby Eyes. They are my next target.
News of your
conquest Sly has been wounded. I'm not particularly worried about that. Right, you can be dropped now. You guys can start marching north. I'm actually going to save for this one. It's going to take quite a while. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to build it, knock that one over. I want to start getting techs. And let's have a look at these regiments of renown. So some cav. I can afford both of those. Some missile cav and some straight cav. Okay, now we've got a nice sized army. We're going to push up to Stone Mine Tower. Worst comes to worst, guys, if I've knocked that place over, which gets me the money, I will actually pop it into growth. So because having growth early is also another very beneficial thing, because it really helps you be able to keep territories. Upgrade your territories quickly. Now, I'm going to have to turn around to deal with them. Damn Humies. So the Humies look like they've gone to war with me, which means I'm probably going to have to turn around. Well, I'm going to have to turn around to deal with those damn Humies. Which is a little annoying. Yeah, you see, because I can't get the Goblin Tinkerer bench yet. So let's pop into here to up my growth a bit more. And let's break off this one for the time being, because I want to save to get this so I can get the Goblin Tinkerer's bench. Okay. Now we're going to skip that and end turn. Now we're going to go and drive the Border Princes out of our territory over there, and then we're going to work out what we're doing. I might even want to get into a situation where, if I drive them back, I can hopefully move up to Stone Mine Town. Now the thing I have to be careful of here is, the Border Princes can settle my territories, and I can settle their territories. They are far more likely to attack now. That's a lot of crossbowmen. There was no way I was going to win that battle, and they have settled it, so that's going to be tricky to deal with, actually, guys. Those guys, they are not a small nation. They're not a big nation, but they are bigger than me. So it might even be worth me trying to get a peace treaty with them if I can, and just leaving them with there for the time being. Isn't a particularly orcish thing to do, but
man, gods and dubious master.
They're not going to accept that anyway.
Has my mystic powers.
So let's start marching down against these guys.
This is bad news. I'll poke out you.
I'm worried about these guys sending somebody down against me, but they are also fighting the dwarves, so I don't necessarily need to worry about that too much. I'm more concerned about the border kingdoms there, and that's given me an early target. If I can then try and stay friends with the other orc factions, I can start kicking kicking holes through the border kingdoms early on, which will be quite nice and get me some good territory over there. Though things do build a bit slower and it's a bit harder to keep my public order up because it's not the ideal sort of territory for me. But it does mean I've got somebody to start kicking around without having to go to war with lots of orcs early on. And as I grow, I will potentially get opportunities to confederate with those orcs, which is always good.
Raising a camp in the lands of the...
Oh, we have an imminent rebellion now.
Good crush them.
Right, we're going to fight this. So this is going to be my my first battle with the savage orcs. So we'll have to see how this goes. I'm concerned by how many archers they've got, but I do have some cavalry here. So if I can get around and start pestering those archers, and my lord is on cavalry, that should help us here. My savage orcs should be able to batter their line. I want to keep my giant away from their spearmen, but they're not too much of the problem. And my savage orcs, I've got a lot of savage orcs. We're going to be able to smash that line, but then we're going to have to move straight back up to my lands to try and to deal with that rebellion which is going on as well. I'd completely missed that coming in, so that's my own stupid fault there. And once that's dealt with, we will look at, well, obviously we'll push north and clear out the Scabby Eyes as well. We're gonna squish the Humies. I'm happy with that much magic. So I have Effigy of Daggit, which is a nice direct damage against a single thing, and we've obviously got Gaze of Mork, and we've got Brain Buster, which is an explosion, strong versus a single unit, and Gaze of Mork, which is magic missiles, causes moderate damage, good versus a single target. Okay, let's have a look at this map. So obviously we are doing a big line of savage orcs who are going to charge. We are going to have a giant around them. These guys are all going to go off to the... And these guys are all going to go off to the side. My lord is actually going to stay in with us. This is going to be a nice, simple tactic of charge that. Charge that, you me's. They are sensibly moving up onto that hill, actually, which is going to give them a nice bonus when they do come to attack.
The war is here.
And in fact, to stop them, I'm going to start moving up the hill as well a bit. These guys can start moving away around the back. Let's double time until we're all in position. To be fair, I'm gonna want to start charging shortly. Here goes nothing. Pop the Brain Buster. You guys can all charge into the back here. This is what's going to hurt. I need to deal with those archers quickly. My giant can just start wandering straight in. You guys can all start pushing around the back, actually. Right, we're just going to engage these guys with a unit each. Hit their lord again. buff up my magic reserves. Let's try and get you round the back as well. We are beginning to break the damn Humies. We're engaging all of these guys nicely. We're breaking them. You can hammer into the backs of these guys now. You can start pushing forwards. These guys aren't the best in melee, but I'm using them there simply because it's stopping their archers shooting. We are beginning to crack them completely here. This is good. Let's send some units out chasing them. And this is going well now. Let's get my giant in against their lord. Let's get Wurrzag chasing some of these guys down. That's going to probably shatter that unit. Okay, let's keep this charge on, guys. Let's not give them any chance to regroup here. These guys are going to completely crack soon. Let's do a little bit of double timing. Chase them all off, and victory! So that was a nice easy victory there. You know, we just subsumed them. We won that because we surrounded them. They had too many archers and they'd managed to hold me. You can see those archers were doing a lot of damage to me actually, but because I managed to push around them there, I managed to take them out. You can see here most of their unit, a lot of their units aren't actually dead. They just got driven off the battlefield, but because they're defending a settlement like that, we've won that. So next turn it's going to be moving back up to deal with the rebellion. I'm going to try and sue for peace with the border princes for the time being, though that's not going to last long. And that should have leveled up Dagger Green Prophet.
Is it war?
Okay, we're going to take that peace treaty for the time being, because that benefits both of us. So we're going to upgrade Daggers of Mork. I can also get that, which enables magical attacks. I'm probably going to mix it up, go down both trees here, because that will benefit me. Not much I can do about the rebellion, which is about to happen here, unfortunately, other than push back next term. These do increase growth, actually, but 2 turns. I'm going to do this simply because it's keeping my growth going. And we are obviously going to get a rebellion. Anyway, guys, that is the first episode of my Bloody Handz playthrough. So obviously next turn we're going to work out where we're going next. We've obviously got the Savage Orc tribes down here, the top knots. Let's do a little bit of trying to make friends with people at the moment. So a lot of these guys aren't necessarily friends with me because of other things I'm doing, but you know, we'll work it out. We'll try and get some trade agreements out as soon as we can as well, because they always help you. And next turn he's going to be running back up to deal with the rebellion. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this.